Welcome to WatchNut TV and yet another edition of What's in the Box. I have the pleasure this afternoon of doing a review on one of the brand new Rolex models, which I'm really a big fan of, and this is my first experience with the watch. So I hope you will enjoy this as much as I do, just taking a nice casual look at it. If you'd like a little hint, I'll show you what Rolex has done with their marketing. I would hope that that big orange hand on the brochure that they've updated will give you an idea of what we're looking at today. And if you guessed the new Explorer 2, you are correct. Let me see if I can get this out of here and we'll have a look. This is the new, latest and greatest Rolex Explorer 2. This is the 216570, which is the 42 millimeter version of the watch. And you can see a number of changes that are evident. Obviously, the size of the overall case and its appearance, the enlarged maxi dial index dots, and of course the return of the wonderful old 1675 orange hand. The 1675 was the original, often referred to as the Steve McQueen Explorer, that was built between 1971 and 1985 and has become quite a collector's item in most any condition. I think Rolex has done a nice job. The obvious trend is to building watches in larger cases. I'm not sure that I completely agree with that trend, but I know that it's popular. And the market is the market. This particular watch is pretty much a brand new example, so you can see how one looks without taking on a lot of wear and tear. The bracelet is still the familiar oyster, but they have upgraded the clasp with the new design, and this includes the Easy Link extension feature, which gives you an extra roughly 5 millimeters of extension to the bracelet without having to use any tools or make any adjustments. Even in the larger size case, they've still retained the nice overall shape of the watch. I don't think it really looks altogether that much different, but the bigger case certainly does have more wrist presence. So inevitably some of you are going to ask me, well, gee, Mark, how does that compare to the older one? So let's have a little fun here and take a look. We'll put these two together, and on the right now is the 16750 version of the watch, which is a 40 millimeter case, I'm sorry. And you can see there is pretty substantial visual difference to the watch. Not so much from the sides. I think the sides are pretty consistent with each other, although the newer cases are a little bit thicker. But certainly from a face-on approach, there is a distinct difference in the appearance of the watch, and obviously the newer size gives it more wrist presence. The new 42 millimeter version, the 216570, is the first of the Rolex watches to use the caliber 3187 movement, which is an updated 3186 obviously, but includes the new Parachrome hairspring and the new Paraflex shock absorbers. And also the other interesting thing, and I haven't had a chance to test it out yet, but Rolex on this watch is using what they call Chromolite superluminova, which they say will hold its lume and hold the charge for 8 hours after it's taken a fairly full charge. I haven't had a chance to test that yet, but I ultimately plan to. Anyway, all in all, I think it's a really, really nice upgrade to the Explorer 2. I personally would have been happier if they'd have put the maxi dial and the orange hand on the 40 millimeter watch, but who am I to say? So anyway, this watch is for sale at watchnut.com, or I don't have it posted yet, but I will in a few days. So if you'd like to see more of it and see the close-up pictures, please go to watchnut.com and click on the Rolex items for sale link. Thank you very much.